project. He loves arcade games more than your average person. Maino delves into one man's basement to find out how his impressive video game collection got started. It's a story you'll see only on NBC 26.
Who amongst us hasn't dropped a quarter or two into a video game or a pinball machine? Well, one Green Bay man doesn't have to travel far to find a bevy of his favorite games. In fact, all he has to do is head downstairs. Bradley Czech's basement is truly a video gamer's paradise.
And I got my first game when I was 13 years old, and so since then it just sort of accumulated into this massive collection. But I've always enjoyed the feel of the old games, and I grew up in that era, so to have them in your home is a whole new experience.
Since that first one, about 199 more.
My collection, I collect stuff from 1976 to about 1984. You're talking about games that start out like Pong, and then you got Pac-Man, and then you got into the Laserdisc games, and every time it was something new.
Games that nudged their way into life outside the arcade.
You had lunch boxes, you had sleeping bags, you had, everything you can think of in pop culture at the time, because that's what kids were talking about, were video games. I remember going to the gold mine downtown in Port Plaza Mall back in the day.
I remember that,
yeah,
you bet.
And it had the feel of like you're going into a mine, and then you got in there and it had all the games and stuff.
Did you walk in with an orange Julius and a big cookie?
Oh, right, exactly. Yeah.
Question, how tough would your life be if your wife didn't enjoy video games?
Oh, you don't know how many times I hear people say, I would love to have one of these games, but my wife would kill me. My wife loves it. She plays the games more than I do.
By the way, if you're looking to try any of them out, Bradley will have them on display at the Neville Public Museum from May 25th through September 2nd. Maino, NBC 26.